Hello everybody, Mike Eastep here with Hit the Mat YouTube channel, and we're here with Nathan Shafer of Newcastle, and he's in the off season at this point, but he's working hard. Matter of fact, Nathan, this is spring break, and you're here working at the Newcastle Wrestling Club and getting better. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Nathan.
Yeah, so my name's Nathan Shafer, obviously. I've been wrestling since third grade. I go to Newcastle High School, and I've loved wrestling since third grade. I've been doing it for a while. I quit my sixth grade year because I just wasn't feeling it, but I came back middle school, and that's when I started working harder for, getting trophies and medals. And around 7th or 8th grade, that's when I really hit the soft spot for loving the sport. And then very first year, this year as a freshman, I was asked to volunteer as the varsity 182, and I originally started at 160, so they wanted me to bump up 2 weight classes. But this entire year I've been doing pretty well. I've placed 3rd at sectionals, 4th at regionals, and I went all the way up to semi-state before I got knocked out. So.
Okay, very good. And that certainly gives you a lot of motivation for the next season coming up, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping I can at least play semi-state next year and eventually get to state, so I'm pretty excited.
What's the one thing you like best about wrestling, if you had to pick any?
One thing I like best about wrestling is probably the people that you meet along the way. So I never was a big popular kid in elementary school, but once I hit wrestling, that's when I started building a bigger friend group to the point to where now I'm actually pretty popular as a freshman. So
yeah, that's one thing during the season I ran into as an interviewer for my channel, is that these kids that compete very hard on the mat were actually friends off the mat.
Yeah.
And can be even from different schools.
Yeah.
And wrestling to me, as I've talked to wrestlers, tends to be a family. All wrestlers are part of one big family, it seems like, that there are really a lot of friendships that develop through wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have kids there was one kid from New Pal that, even though he's beaten me several times, I mean, even off the mat and on the mat, I still, me and him are best friends. So I've met tons of people from different schools that I now recognize whenever I go out. So.
Well, Nathan, thanks for being on the Hit the Mat YouTube channel with us. We'll be watching out for you next year, and maybe I can get to a match and interview you at a match next year as you wrestle on the mat for Newcastle. And we appreciate you being on here with us on Hit the Mat. That's Nathan Shafer, everybody, of the Newcastle Trojans, working out during spring break.